10. The Lament of a New Grave. In a crowded cemetery, a family had been busy for days, building a new grave, erecting a fresh tombstone, and piling it high with offerings. All kinds of delicious food, even bottles of wine. On a clear night, stars scattered across the sky. The three dogs returned to this tombstone for their feast. Just as they were deep into gnawing bones and lapping up liquor, a voice suddenly rose from beneath the ground. So hungry. The dogs startled. Only the dog lord remained calm. He lowered his head and asked, "Who's there?" The voice replied, "Just moved here from down below." Dog lord said, "What can I do?" "You'll just have to listen to the sound of us chewing meat and drinking wine." The voice sighed. "It's been years since I've seen such a lavish offering." Dog lord asked, "What? Didn't your children come to visit before?" The voice muttered, "They came, sure, but just to go through the motions, make a show of it." "Why?" Dog lord pressed. "My kids aren't doing well," the voice said. "One's laid off, another lives on welfare, and one still scrapes by collecting trash." Dog lord frowned. "Then why move here?" "This is a luxury cemetery," the voice answered. "Full face. Every time they came, they'd complain. Families who used to be worse off than us have already moved their ancestors out of that old graveyard. And honestly, compared to this place, that old plot was like a slum filled with the lowest of the low. All around me were tofu vendors with donkey carts, shoemakers, bathhouse scrubbers, foot therapists." Dog lord suggested, "Then why not go to the affordable section on the left? It's way cheaper." The voice countered, "Do you even know who I was in life? What kind of person?" Dog lord asked. "I was a factory director at XX Corporation."
Dog Lord whistled. No wonder you're here. But why didn't you get buried here from the start? The voice sighed. Back then, there was only one graveyard. No rich, no poor, no distinctions. All this hierarchy, it only started in the last 20 years. Dog Lord shook his head. Looks fancy, sure, but it's all show. Tombstones crammed together. You can't even get a breeze through. What's the point? You people are worse than us dogs. We go where it's comfortable. You rush to wherever it's crowded, wherever the face is." The voice murmured, "You're not wrong. Truth is, in that old slum, it was better. Wide open. Plenty of sunshine, fresh air." Dog asked, "But your kids aren't rich, and you clearly liked it there. Why come suffer here?" The voice replied, "My children have a mental knot." "What knot? You know that assistant from XX company who hanged himself a few days ago?" "Yeah," Dog said. "We were chatting just the other day. Did he tell you his story?" "No." "Well," the voice began, "nearly 30 years ago, he came from the Jiang production corps. Back then, I was a workshop supervisor. This kid was an orphan, pitiful, hard-working, smart, obedient. I often brought him home for meals, gave him breaks at work. He proved himself, so I promoted him. First team leader, then section chief. When I became deputy director, then director, I made him deputy workshop head, then full workshop head. Then I suddenly fell ill."
Doglord interrupted. "What's all this got to do with moving your grave? Just listen." The voice insisted. "This kid didn't disappoint me. He kept rising, finally became an assistant to the company director." Dog said, "That's good, right? Your kids must have benefited too." The voice snorted. "Benefited? They hate him. When he died, my kids were happy. If he hadn't hanged himself, they might have hesitated. But once he was gone, that's when they decided, we're moving Dad's grave, no choice." "Why?" Dog asked. "Because they're bitter," the voice said bitterly. "They think, who is he? He used to eat at our house. I pulled him up from nothing. Without me, he'd be nothing. How dare he get buried in a luxury cemetery while I rot in a slum? So they moved me. To pay for it, my kids scraped together every penny, borrowed, sold things. Even my two grandsons chipped in. Think about it. Young people today, most are buying homes on loans. Yet they're spending their hard-earned money on a grave for me. It breaks my heart." Dog asked, "But you were a factory director. Why didn't you set up your own kids better? Now they're laid off, on welfare." "Don't blame me," the voice cried. "I gave them good jobs, but they didn't try, didn't work hard. What could I do? As long as I lived, maybe they could ride my coattails. Once I died, They all collapsed, each worse than the last. Dog suggested, "Why not ask that assistant for help? He owes you." The voice sighed. "Therein lies the problem. He did help, at first, but you can't keep asking forever. 5 or 6 family members, big or small problems, they all ran to him. Not just them, but cousins, uncles, friends. Eventually, he got tired. Started avoiding us. Once, my eldest son saw him in the office, but the guard downstairs said he wasn't there. A minute later, he drove out in his car. My son waved through the window, but he ducked his head, rolled up the glass, and drove off. After that, calls went unanswered. My eldest has a temper. One day, he waited at the company gate and cursed him out to his face. From then on, we were enemies." Dog muttered. "Humans." The voice whispered. "What do you expect? You dogs live simple lives. We humans? We're tangled in complexity." Dog nodded. "This talk has only confirmed what I've always believed. I finally understand why humans keep dogs." The voice asked, "Why?" Dog said, "We dogs are loyal unconditionally. But human relationships, they're transactional. You help me, I help you. Once the benefit stops, the bond dies. No human stays loyal to their benefactor for life. But a dog does. The truth is, you keep us not out of love, but because you need something pure, something faithful. You raise us to fill the hole in your own hearts." A long silence. Then, from below, "You're smarter than my own children."